Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday. Hope it is Saturday. So, oh boy, I'm gonna be real with everybody. It is gonna be a stream today. It is going to be a massive stream today. Probably not gonna be that long. Honestly, it may not be that long of a stream. To be quite fair, right? It's probably not going to be that long of a stream. Probably at least a good solid 2 hours. It's, wow. What's the title about? What is this title about, right? You may be asking, what is this title about? So, if you're not properly aware, of what's going on. The people at Lasting Opinion, I recommend going to check them out. Actually, I'll put in what I'll do is as we are watching the stream currently, also I have what's going on. Wait a minute.
Period.
Shut
Damn.
up. By the way,
Period.
1 second.
Oh,
shit.
1 second. I got a donation from Lunchbox for the 20.
Okay,
A1
go
Swig
for it.
Bigfoot, you
Hey,
boomer.
did something happen?
Thank you
Did
so
some-
much, Lunchbox.
Did something
Here at
happen?
the Local Remind, when we get a TTS donation, we swig for the pig.
My God.
Oh, God. That is nasty.
That was for Nail Slammer here at
No,
Rewind.
nothing?
He said,
Okay. There,
"Fucking boom,
No, they're not gonna talk about it.
stone down."
Council Gal do not have a cash cow membership on Rewind in the next 3
well, those people better get to it.
Or I guess something's gonna happen, but we will. Okay. All right. So let me get into the motion of things. Right. Let me get back into this. Right. I was a little distracted. I do apologize on that front. Alone, I will take that L. So if you're not aware, right? I forgot what I was trying to do originally, but now I remember. If you're not aware, I've covered Kid Behind the Camera at least a few times right now. I've covered him a number of times in the past. I've covered his whole allegation relating to his ex-wife, how there was a massive age gap between them. How massive? Well, she was like 14, she was like 15, 16, around that age. And, he was in his early 20s when he decided to get together. If you don't believe me, there is literally clips of Kid Behind the Camera telling people that story. Yeah, the LCU decided to keep them around. What a shocker when you're dealing with these kind of degenerates. On top of that, so you may be asking, so why are we talking about him after, a bit of time? I mean, the last time I spoken about Kid Behind the Camera, really until today. Because last night yesterday I was extremely tired, so I decided I would go get some sleep. I'm gonna go get me some sleep. Right? So, I needed some sleep. So I did. I decided to get some sleep. I fell asleep, woke up around like pretty much late into the night. I think it was like 11, 12 o'clock. I woke up pretty groggy. I was like, okay, well, let me get the day started, whatever. Let me do what I usually do. Let me do some spud things in the morning, this late. So, I went to my usual stuff, getting videos ready for the day, right? And then, or at least, just kind of getting in my mind what I wanted to do. Obviously, I saw, Jeremy get cracked. They were on stream. I decided to jump on. In the middle of that, right? In the middle of all of that, as I was on panel, I saw somebody send me 2 streams. Two different individuals sent me the same exact stream dealing with Kid Behind the Camera. I'm here like, okay. So I decided to watch it. After being off panel, I decided to watch it as I was working on other things. Oh boy. Oh boy. When I say oh boy, I mean oh boy. Sorry if you can hear the background noise. When I heard when I watched his stream, And I rewatched it twice because I wanted to make sure that the info I was getting was correct. Right? The info that I was getting was correct. What is that info, you may be asking? Well, if you people don't remember, and at least a few you should remember, or at least the people who watch the LCU and who sub to the channel because they cover a lot of the LCU stuff, should remember that a couple months ago, I want to say around, I want to say around, it was like 2 months ago. It was right after Fat Camp. It was right after Fat Camp. It was right after Wings pussed his wife. And I was like, you know, a little bit after that, I would say like 2 weeks after that, Kid Behind the Camera, mugshot got leaked. Now I have a couple opinions who may have leaked the mugshot. I have an inkling that the people who leaked it were people who were in the LCU and were also in the BBU as we speak. There's just a few individuals I could think of saying that around that time period, maybe they felt a certain way, maybe something else happened. They got banned or kicked off the LCU. They went to other servers, right? Mind you, I'm banned from the LCU. I am more or less not allowed to be in their Discord because of my relationship with Lynx and Grace and Ruby, right? So somebody leaked his mugshot. That mugshot was related to a DV. Now, obviously, when I saw that, I decided, let me blow this shit up. To be fair, I'm gonna be very honest. I don't like Mike. I did not like Mike at all, and from right off the bat, when I saw the DV, I 100% believed that he did commit some type of horrendous act, right? When we're coming to this whole subject about hitting women, obviously you should never hit a woman. It's just something you should not do. Don't hit a woman if you don't need to. When I mean don't need to, in the sense of if your life is in danger, do not. If your life is not in danger, don't hit a woman. But if your life is in danger and your only option is, beyond the point where you can't even restrain her, it is what it is. And I can't blame men. I can't blame men who have to resort to that last thing where restraint. And when I mean restraint, I mean like there's to the point where they want you 6 feet under. Only when it gets to the point where she wants you 6 feet under and she's doing everything she can to make sure you're 6 feet under. That is when you, as a man, are allowed to do what you have to do. Right? That is, as a man, what you're supposed to do is defend yourself. Right? Man or women, it don't matter. Hey, same thing to women. Women don't hit a man because when you hit a man, some men don't care. They may be nice to you, they may be respectful, but there are some men, regardless, they will hit you. Don't ever tempt a man if you don't need to tempt a man. I know enough women in real life where they have straight up tempted the wrong man on the wrong day and boom. I've been way too many times and I'm willing to admit because I have friends who are in those situations and I've told them like don't tempt these men because these men don't give a shit. Especially if they have money and they don't care, they don't give a shit. Right. But nevertheless, that was very ghetto of me to speak like that. Nevertheless, let's actually get into the thing. Because as I said, a lot of it was dropped. A lot of this whole thing was more or less kind of memory hold for, I would say, like a day or two. Tina went on her whole spiel about how we can't judge people. It's only God who is allowed to judge people. I already made it clear in my video that it's human nature to judge. It's in our animal instinct. It's in our DNA to judge. Right? We are given that right to judge for a reason. And then, yes, and as I said this morning, I watched the guys at The Lasting Opinion, where they more or less got the information. Complexity, hopefully I said your name right, got the info. He went straight to the office, went straight to the police officer, contacted them directly. Now, mind you, it takes a bit of time to get all this stuff. And got the info. Got a response, got the info. And here we are now. Did he commit the crime? Obviously, my opinion about it. if you watch the video, you should clearly know what the verdict is. But we're gonna go into it anyway because we have to. It's sort of what it means to be in the bottom of YouTube. Boyd. So we're gonna skip. Holy shnipe. So we're gonna skip a little bit into the meat of it all, the meat and fat, ladies. Here we go. Let's start, baby.
Oof. All right. As much as I enjoy and love that song, kind of feels good to be back. Been gone for about a week, and I feel like presents are all around. If you don't know, it is my birthday, and
oh shit! I didn't realize it was his birthday.
Present to get than this beautiful police report landing on my lap. Now, prior to getting anything, going into anything, just want to go ahead and share this
coffee
right here. So as you guys can see, this is from a CID administrative assistant emailing myself about subject Michael Green, OCA. That's the complaint number. Just letting me know, apologies, she was out for a few days. But as you can see here, this is the Somerville police report plus the 911 call. And then you also have I also have the transcript of the police call as well. So everything that I'm going to be playing, it's not fabricated, it's not made up, it's real. Got it from the police through the Freedom of Information Act. Now, this is from Local Live Highlights. I just want to touch a little bit on what happened when this all came out a couple of months ago, right? And we're going to see the way that they talked about it versus what's in the actual report. And as somebody who's read just a little bit of it, it's vastly different than what they were saying.
Okay, let's jump into it, guys. So late last night, there was a mugshot from kid behind the camera who runs Milkers, runs Queens, and he got arrested for domestic violence. Anyhow, Michael Green got arrested, and he got arrested earlier this.
So this was from a couple weeks ago. This video, this whole mugshot thing was a couple weeks ago, right? And back then, people wanted him canceled. People wanted him gone. Now, this ain't the first time this has happened, right? This ain't the first time this has happened that people wanted Michael gone, right? When Michael first got into, when Michael got into this whole thing originally back a couple weeks ago, right, a couple weeks ago, months ago, about the whole age gap thing, right? If you're not aware, one more time, I'll remind everybody that he dated a minor when he was a full-grown adult. No amount of gymnastic is gonna help you there, no matter how hard you try. Right? So people wanted him gone. And reminder, Becky was in the forefront of trying to keep Michael because she was the one that outed that, even though it was more or less an open secret. Like I said in the past, don't trust that woman. But hey, no one listens. Imagine that. This coffee is awful. Oof. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Nevertheless, removing my biases away, I kind of, on one hand, she realized she made a mistake. On the other hand, she realized, without this guy, I'm pretty screwed, and I won't be able to get the money at the time she was making. I mean, hell, she ain't making much right now as we speak. Hell, she straight up admit this has been one of the lowest weeks that she ever gotten. That's on you. That's on you, girl. That's on you. Nevertheless, or as Low will always say, whatever. It went up to Keem. Keem went to Nick Diorio. That's his whole thing. Nick, he went on Nick Diorio on live stream and straight up said, asked him directly, hey, what am I supposed to do? And obviously Nick Diorio gave him the answer and everything. And at that time, I believe he was either out of the universe or fired. Then they did this whole voting system, right? Remember that? Whenever they did this whole massive voting thing, and a lot of people wanted to keep him, I think it was like what? I believe it was a massive amount of people wanted to keep him. Right? A whole massive amount of people wanted to keep him. Take that as it is, even though he straight up admitted that, yeah, you know, he was with a minor when he was adult. Now, whether or not he knew the age or not, it's up there, right? We can debate whether or not, you know, if you want to go down the whole rabbit hole. Well, you know, he didn't know the age, but some people say that he did knew the age. Some people say he didn't. It's back and forth, back and forth. I'll let you be the judge of that one. Clearly, I'm going to obviously lean towards the he knew the age. He knew at some point. There's no way you could not have known. I mean, like looking at some of this video of Bridget from years ago. I mean, even now, Bridget looks pretty young, right? She's very young looking. I think Bridget, if anything, is closer to like relatively close to my age, which is saying quite a bit. Accent makes me feel like an old boomer as we speak. Whatever you say, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay. Back to reality. Back into reality. Now, again, back a couple weeks ago, this whole DV stuff happened. Fast forward to last night, fast forward around last night. I think they were streaming around 10 o'clock. Yeah, because the 12-hour market there, so they were streaming around 10 o'clock. And in the afternoon, I was asleep. So by the time I woke up and time I was just kind of getting into the motion. The stream was only an hour long, and they, you know, got into it. And here I am now looking at this, like, rewatching it twice, rewatching it for the third time. All I could think of is there's some mess up people out there.
This month on April 3rd, 2025.
Which he did. He was arrested on April 3rd, and he was released, I believe, 24 hours later. April 4th is when it he was arrested and processed, and the investigation itself actually ended only, I want to say, like a week or so ago.
At 10 p.m. And I'm going to read this post because this post on the Reddit is what a lot of people are saying. Double standards.
Hey, what's up, Denna Timms? What's up, Miss Jess, my love?
Wings versus kid behind the camera. You can confirm it's no hoax. I searched up the link, and kid behind the camera was arrested on April 3rd, 2025. He's still in the LCU as a partner and on the shows, while Wings wasn't arrested and is out. Weird.
Now, I do want to point out one very, very important thing. Remember when the whole thing at Fat Camp happened, and I want you to keep this in mind for the remainder of the stream. Everybody was talking about and theorizing about, if this is what Wings is willing to do on camera, what is he willing to do behind the camera? Everyone was speculating how he treated her, how he treats Kelly behind the camera. So now we actually have a police report as to how Mike acts behind the camera. So just keep that in mind. All the things that...
Good morning, King TL. Did he just say, my love, this guy hates the LCU and knows it? And it's known. Complexity, he hasn't really spoken too much about the LCU recently. He said my love because his girlfriend chatted on his stream, so that's why he said my love. It was more related to his girlfriend than anything else, who was a part of their little community. Nice lady. I've spoken to I know who his girlfriend is. We've spoken a few times. Good morning, Ruby. Good morning, uppercase BB. So as I said before, as I said, as another reminder, back when the whole Fat Camp thing said, and as Complexity said, what is, if Wings is willing to push his wife on stream, what is he willing to do behind the scene? And it's just more or less sprung into this whole thing about, Wings' relationship with Kelly. Now, I would like to say something deeply important. I got a lot of LCL to catch up on. Well, before you catch on the LCL, Ruby, before you catch up on anything, My video will be coming out around 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Who knows about the LSU? Before you do that, I think either I recommend this, Ruby. Watch the Lasting Opinion stream, or if you want to watch my stream and have my take, either way, go ahead. I would recommend supporting these guys. I know I shouldn't be saying that, the content creator, like, oh, you know, you watch my, no. If you want, watch their stuff, or if you want to watch me while you're watching them, go ahead. But I would 100% recommend watching their stream. Spot already on, spot already on it. Love to see it. Yeah, I am. Jesus Christ, Get Crack was right. I am the new captain. I am doing the job that people need me to do. Support me, give me your money. Unlike Grace, where I will not spend $200 on a hotel. Give me your money, guys. I want your money. Give me your shekels. I demand your money. Buy a membership. Okay. Enough of the e-begging. Enough of the e-begging bullshit. Let's actually be serious, right? See, and I've, I'm not an avid wing defender, nor am I an avid wing hater. I understand. Give me your FIA. Give me your FIA, Get Cracked. Either way, I'm neither an avid defender or hater on wings. I just don't have that in me to hate a fat guy who freaks out about not able to lose weight. I just don't have it in me, right? I do like covering wings. I like covering their shit, but I just don't have it in me to hate. And I would admit that I was sort of not really defending wing throughout the situation, but I wanted to give context of I do believe prior before Kelly being pushed, I do think that a lot of that other stuff was scripted, and I think it was admitted that most of that was scripted until the Kelly stuff, where I feel like that went way too overboard, and I do genuinely believe Wings was mad. But at the same time, you can also say that this is probably not the first time, given the whole slapping incident in the car, right? But I also think because Wings already gets enough hate, and I think at that time period in that LCU during fan campaign prior and after, there was a lot of tension already there between Wings and the rest of the hosts. But mind you, anytime Kid behind the camera is in a situation, he always gets a free pass. He got away with it the first time when it was revealed that he dated a minor. He got it in the second time. He got away with it when the DV stuff happened. Most companies would have literally let you go, but they decided to keep him. Hey, not my circus, not my monkey, but I'm the sad asshole who had to go out to the circus and report it. I'm the OSHA. I am the poor bastard who got picked up by OSHA, given a pen, a clipboard, and a vest, and just say, okay, go do this. I'm like, fuck me. A lot of altercation energy talked in the air. Mercury retrograde. Dude, I literally said like last week Mercury was in retro. Oh my god, I need this.
That they were saying about Wings, all the speculation, all the energy that they.
Thank you, BB, for the $1. Let's go. Woo! Let's go, being hitting hard enough.
Had for him and talking about how, oh, that's domestic violence. Even though he wasn't arrested, that's domestic violence. We even said it too. We hold to our standards here. I don't retract anything that I said about Wings during that stream, but just keep that in mind. They were all gung-ho about what he might do behind the camera. And here we actually have evidence as to what Kid behind the camera does behind the camera.
Standards. Open your eyes. This was never about Kelly's well-being. So, first of all, there's a lot I need to say on this.
I've got a lot to say, too.
Here's the first thing, okay? I found out about Mike getting arrested last night. I didn't know before. I found out last night when fucking Xylee DM scored.
Don't really care about any of this.
Immediately,
brutal.
I called Kid behind the camera to figure out what the fuck happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, sorry, I didn't tell you.
Keep in mind, if you don't remember, and I'll give you a bit of a fast forward in a moment, Get Behind the Camera told Keemstar that nothing happened. It was a nothing burger. These guys just kept saying it was a nothing burger. Now, I like to mention the day before this stream happened, right? Tina straight up admitted that on Queen, prior before this is during the time when Savage and Becky fight was at the Hyatt, to the point where Savage was sewing Becky's room. Those are the times. So during the very end of it, right? The very end, somebody leaked the mugshot. I have a good idea who it was. Couple ideas. But Tina did admit straight up that, yeah, I knew about it. Which makes me wonder what else that Tina knows. Whether or not you believe in Tina, whether or not you think Tina's a liar or somebody, she may lie here and there, but does speak the truth, but she kind of, fiddle a little bit of a white lie. She knew. Oh, she definitely knew.
I want to wait until after my court date because this is getting dropped. And then
Keep that in mind. Kid Behind the Camera told Keemstar this is getting dropped. Keep that in mind.
he went on to tell me what happened, and I talked to the alleged victim.
The alleged victim is his wife, the same woman that he dated when she was a minor. This has all been proven. I'm not making this shit up. He dated a minor.
And they told me what happened, and I quickly understood that Mike is innocent and this thing is getting dropped.
Mike is innocent and this thing is getting dropped.
You know,
Keep in mind.
Mike,
Which was exactly my experience as well.
Yeah.
And I talked to Bridget herself.
Shut up,
And
bug. You know what gives a
Whereas
fuck.
he can't talk about it until his court date. And trust me, I wish I hadn't talked about my shit till my fucking court date. So it's the right plan. This is a nothing burger.
A nothing burger. Everything that they say about this situation, just keep it all in mind.
this is absolutely nothing. All right. I could tell you for a fact.
Now, I do want to play devil advocate because it would be kind of interesting. Right? If you want to make the case that Mike completely lied, bullshit, and made a whole number of excuses, because let's be fair. Hold on. Okay, here's what I see. Let's and maybe there's a lot more truth than we think. Maybe Mike did lie to Keem full on, because Keem probably just took Mike, took his opinion, took what he said, full on value. Just it's like, all right, I believe you. You wouldn't lie to me, right? You wouldn't lie to me. Because probably Keem just didn't assume this. Keem probably, all right, it probably was just a nothing burger. Probably Keem didn't look into it further than he needed to. He just didn't look into it more. Right? He's like, okay, I'll believe you. Where everybody else was saying, no, he committed a crime, clearly committed a crime. And obviously, Keem was trying to not, because after the whole Wings situation, did you say the host on screen has a My Love, so a GF or a partner? Yeah, he has a partner. Yeah, Complexity has a partner. She's actually been on multiple different servers. She's actually in Grace's server. Pretty sure she should be in Ruby's server. I know that she used to be in 44 Dynamic server back when that was like the Locale Kings. Remember Locale Kings? Remember the good old days? I do sometimes miss 44 Dynamic. I ain't gonna lie.
He did not put any hands on anyone.
I can tell you for a fact he didn't put his hands on anyone.
He did not actually assault anyone.
He didn't actually assault anyone.
All right. I could tell you it was all verbal.
Everything was verbal.
Stuff going back and forth. And he's just innocent of this.
He's
I can tell you
completely innocent. Completely innocent.
For a fact. I talked to him. I talked to the alleged victim.
But to
He's
Bridget,
going to go to court at the end of May.
End of May, so May 30th.
This thing's going to get dropped.
And it's supposedly going to get dropped.
and then he'll be free to talk about it further of what actually took place. Okay.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I haven't really been keeping up with the LCU. I don't think he talked about this at all since this live stream, since he went on Queens and all that. Maybe I'm.
Oh, hey, Richie Dub. But if you take closer look at the man lips, that hair growing in his mouth is invasive. I can't stop looking at his lip and thinking, good God, Jesus Christ. I mean, that is a beard. He has that deep Middle Eastern beard. You know, I'm actually kind of jealous. He got that real Arabian beard. You know, he's the type of guy you will just find in the marketplace, and he'll just sell you the most finest Middle Eastern marijuana you can imagine. You know, he'll sell you the most finest tobacco you can imagine, and he'll sell you the most cheapest car that will last you for years. How I know this? I saw it in a dream. And if Complexity, if you are watching, I keep up a lot with the LCU. It's very hard sometimes. It's very hard. You're talking about Plex? Yes. The man, this man with Complexity will sell me a cheap car that will last me for years, while also telling me he is Hispanic. Other than the he's Hispanic? Okay, I'm jealous of his beard. Fuck, I'm Hispanic. I can't even grow that. My beard's pointy. My beard's like goes straight in one direction. I'm actually fucking jealous. I ain't gonna lie, Richie. I'm extreme. Also, good morning, Richie. I'm jealous of his beard. I'm 100% jealous of his beard. I'm 100% jealous of his beard. I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually. I want to say Mexican, but I maybe misremembering. You know, if you told me he was Southern Italian, I would have believed you either way. You got that Sean Sicilian look. No. But if Complexity is watching, I do cover a lot of the LCU. He did bring it up once or twice after it was revealed, but that's about it. Prior to that event, prior to all of that, not much was said. Spud has the spiky like devil beard. What does spiky mean? Defo Central American Hispanic. Oh yeah, 100%. It means that my beard goes like one direction. Like if you ever seen like the stereotypic like Mexican cowboy where he has a beard and a mustache and it's just kind of like only growing in one direction, that's basically what it is. Like kind of like, oh dude, I wish I had a picture of it. Then it's like kind of close what I look like. You have to know what you know what you know what. Never mind. Let's move on.
I'm wrong, but that's okay.
Okay, so now people are spamming the brooms.
Gregoreski now.
Okay, so
yes,
I
TK.
actually got information on the situation, realized it was nothing, and I'm here saying it's nothing.
Spud is a Mexican cowboy. Yes, I am.
Police report because the investigation.
How old are you,
Spud?
Spud? My beard wasn't great until I was like, I am 28. I'm 28. All the genetics from my hair goes straight to my hair, like actually like, you know, where my head is, or, you know, other places. But yeah, I'm 28. I mean, my beard used to be massive. My beard used to be like actually massive, but it was only in one direction. Like I can't grow any beard on the sides. Hi, gobbledygook. Good morning. Yeah, my beard. Okay, so like look at Complexity. Just remove the sides, and basically that's what my beard is. But instead of being like fully like brown or black, mine is like if you saw my facial hair, you would straight up think I was a lot more Spaniard or something else, because I have a lot of light bronze in my beard. Like I actually like bronze light brunette, like a light brown, like a copper bronzy color. That's like my beard. Basically, if you remove the size of Complexity, keep just where all the hair is in the face and like near the mouth, and just straightforward. That's basically what my beard's like, and my mustache. It is very firm. It is very brownish copper. It's still like a dark brown, but it has a lot of mixture of light brown. That's how it's, you know. It's because I inherited that. Weirdly, I inherited a lot of Spaniard traits. One of them being just having weirdly light brown hair.
I have the police report. I don't
Very
know
firm
exactly
beer.
how he can say with such confidence that this is another.
I now picking a conquistador. I misspelled, but it sounds like I would. Yeah, no. There's a picture of me where I straight up look like a conquistador. There's a picture of me. I look like a Middle Eastern man. There's pictures of me. I have that like I look very native. There's when I say that I can kind of role play as like any of those three, like I actually mean it. Like I can actually go out, get clothing, look like a conquistador. Next thing you know, I can look like a Middle Eastern Arabian man. Next thing you know, I can look like a native man. Like I've literally done that in a day where I like wear different stuff. Like a lot of people got me confused that I was like Middle Eastern one time, and then like the next second, I told her like, no, I'm Mexican. And then a few times people got like, then people asked me like, oh, you look very native. Like, no, I'm just Mexican. And then a few other times like, you're very Spaniard. When I think of Spud, I think of Cortez. Yeah. I mean, Cortez did have the first real Mexican. So I'm gonna let that one settle. That one's gonna piss everybody out. But we're gonna continue.
Nothing burger and that nothing happened without seeing it.
Right?
Now, to answer Complexity's question, I don't think Keemstar saw the report and he just took everything that Mike said at face value and just didn't really question it. I think he just didn't question it because he didn't want a whole wing situation where it was going to get worse and worse. So he just left it as it is. So that was right over my head.
The version of these guys that's not sweeping is to be like, oh, Mike is guilty and he should go to jail. But that's not what my opinion is.
Well, first and foremost, if you think he's going to go to jail, this is domestic abuse. This is domestic violence, DV in the 3rd degree. The longest he can be sentenced to jail is 90 days in prison.
This is not what happened. And
it's
so
not
people,
what happened. It's not what my opinion is. So, like, I guess, and if I don't find him guilty and don't say he needs to be in jail, then I guess I'm sweeping, huh? I guess that's how that works.
I mean,
the people that compare it to Jordy, allow me to say one thing, okay?
Here we go.
Most bosses, you forget. A lot of people forget
Shut up,
Keemstar.
Boogie.
Accidentally, you guys say it's not fair to fire wings. 99.9% of employees, and shit happens.
Yeah.
Wings got 2 passes that day, and he said no. So, obviously, when Mike did nothing wrong,
Mike did nothing wrong.
and his wife said there was no assault, and he's saying there's no assault, and the fucking courts will say on May 20th there's no assault.
Now, I like to remind people that the court thing would actually move, I believe, 2 separate times. So it would move from May and then May to June, if I remember correctly. June to May, yeah. Whenever May, he definitely downplayed it to keep on the camera. Yeah, he definitely did it to keep Mike around. Like, there's no way. Like, if he knew, like, if Mike did tell him the truth and Keem lied about it, that's on him and he's fired. But if he wanted to play the game that maybe he didn't know, and maybe Mike, because Mike is a liar, Mike knows how to play the lying game, and, knowing Keemstar willingness to forgive people, he was willing to bring back wings. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike used that against Keem and lied about it. She said he punched her in the face a lot of the time, and she saw why he should be in jail. Oh, yeah, probably got a concussion a couple times. I mean, yeah, 100%. Like I said it earlier in my stream, there should be no reason to hit a woman. That guy is kissing his woman with that fucking mouth. Should be punished. But ain't no way someone like that push up on the face. King, you'd be very surprised. A lot of people are like a lot of women like the beard. It is I don't know where you're. I mean, I know where you're from, but where I'm from, a lot of women won't date a guy if you don't have a beard. It's a very common thing. A lot of women will not date a guy. Where I live, it's like a 50-50. You either have a beard or you don't have a beard. And a lot of women here, they will straight up not date a guy if you don't have a beard. Why is that a very, very big thing? I don't even know, dude. I wish I knew.
So the courts will say on May 20th, there is no assault.
It was May 20th,
now,
not 30th.
Today is July 11th, 2025, many a months after the date that they are all claiming that this will be completely dropped. Well, you guys, what do I have here? Oh, I have email correspondence with an administrative assistant for the Somerville Police Department, the people who actually arrested him. And I asked her, hello, one final thing. Would there be any way for me to know if this case has been dropped or if it's going to trial? She responds that she doesn't get to see the court side, but there's nothing about the charges being dropped on my end. So as of right now, there is nothing in the Somerville Police Department court records or records in general of this case being dropped. Another thing to take note of, in South Carolina and in most states, just because if there is enough evidence to prosecute somebody for domestic violence, say an admission, then they have the ability, the prosecutors have the ability to go forth with such, with the, hold on, let me fix the chat box real quick. They have the ability to go forth with the actual, with charging the perpetrator if they feel like they have enough evidence to go forth with it. They actually do not need Bridget to press charges. The Somerville Police Department, the prosecutor, can press charges on their own. Just keep that in mind. Even if she retracts her statement, there's many things that they can use to prosecute him, such as an admission of guilt.
So let me read some of you guys. You probably should. Like, KTL is hating on the guy until you kiss them. They both settle lip and they say it's a scratch. Come on now. So yeah, you know what? A lot of women do that, but a lot of women like that. I don't get it. You know what? It's on my thing. DV equals more view. Get crack. I gotta run errand, but this guy co-hosts a garbage pal kit guy is Miss Bill. Dare you learn? Well, nobody into a brutal pat down genre. People love hearing about arrests. Thank you, Godly. Exactly. Let me cope. Let me cope about my beard, my majestic beard. I've never had a complaint. I've never had a woman complain about myself. I'm thinking of either giving or taking a punch for views. Don't do that, gobbledygook. Please, don't do that. I don't want to cover you. I don't want to lose my mind. I don't want any more women in my life just to, get DV. It happened way too much. I don't know why.
Video evidence, physical evidence, circumstantial evidence, etc.
But what he said is true, though. Yeah, South Carolina, yeah, you can still be prosecuted even if the victim does retract. I think Bridget tried to do it, but probably failed. I don't know, why would you? And let's continue.
Etc. What's up, Georgie? What's up, Pickles Cage? What's up, everybody who's here? Now, you guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes, all right? Somerville Police Department Officer Report of Incident 250-2203. I did not have to do any redaction on this. This was redacted by the police department themselves.
For anybody who does anything or says anything, this has been this is YouTube. To make it clear, YouTube, I am not doing anything illegal. I am not doxing anybody. This is this is already on stream. It is what it is. I can't get hit for this one, YouTube. But it could have been a sanctioned pun. Gobbly smart enough. Damn it. Spud would be chatting about it. I would
Offense
actually.
Code CDV. I believe that is going to be.
I mean, I'll probably chat about it, and then I'll probably get extremely mad, and then I'm like, okay.
Domestic violence received by Trap S. Here's the reset. There were 7 responding officers to this 911 call, and we have the 911 call as well, y'all. So,
oh yeah.
Officer Wilson M. when reported 22.
Didn't Zoot, the OLF male model roommate of Prawn Derry, try to retract the charge, and then the DA said no, and also threatened to press witness tampering charge on him? Low. I think he did. Is it more compelling when obese people do some domestic violence? I mean, you know what? I think people already automatically hate fat people. So when they commit more crime, I mean, hell, some people think being fat is a crime. Not my word. I've literally heard people say being fat is a crime in itself. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta use the bathroom. Give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
36
Okay, we're
hours
back.
on 403.
And checks that pretty sure Gobbly
As you guys can
think
see,
it's flirting with
certain things have
Gobbly in real
been
time.
already taken out, complainant
Nice.
name, etc., etc. So, offense codes reported: FAMF, family fight, nonviolent. Additional offense: CDV, criminal domestic violence. Criminal domestic violence. Circumstances: SUA, suspect using alcohol, victim using alcohol. It's in a residence or home, and hands/feet were used. Here is the 7 responding officers to the house.
7 officers, 7 police. 7 police had to go over for this one DV. I mean, I know Mike is a fat ass, but holy shit, 7 police officers. I don't know if that is common. Somebody can tell me if that is common for that many cops for a DV. I can imagine like 2, 3, 4, but 7? I mean, I know Mike is a big guy, but 7? Ben had the whole town police department on him with dogs and drones. Wow. I did hear about that during the time when they had the the restraint order, right? When the court order had the restraint order on Ben and Grace, I did hear that like cops were constantly checking on them. People were reporting to the cop. People were like, that is crazy that you had a whole town. I remember like, what that video where Ben got arrested and he had like multiple cops that had to drag him out. Did you see the epic Ben arrest at the RV park spot? I uploaded the raw VOD for you. I've seen it before. I believe Mr. Medicare actually played it before. So, but we gotta, one of these days, we gotta go through that. I have a lot of work ahead of me. I don't even know where to start, but we're starting, boys. If you see a lot of Grace content on this channel with a bunch of other content, we are in this for the long haul, ladies and gentlemen. We are in this for the long haul. So as always, support.
Officer incident report. All right. Here we go. This is reasonable Officer Wilson. So, modus operandi, which is the MO. So, the person was related to the suspect. Relationship to suspect is the spouse. This is still all on the 3rd. Force used, type of force, hands or feet. Injury, injuries.
I mean, I could get crack. I mean, I already did it with Rubelo. Right? Guys should check out the Rubelo videos I did. I worked very hard. I nearly... I got almost 0 sleep throughout that whole event, but I did it. I covered Ruvolo probably better than anybody else can. See, but you can find all these. I'm just thinking it happened in so much in like Ducks Wave, Biz, Ducks, and Wave. Big Alaska IRL content was also that you can also bring back to new. I probably have to go through Bake Alaska. I'm surprised he's still alive. The official Officer Mac Digit coupon 2 terabyte flash drive bingo now through 7 to 13.
Complainant / non-visible. Here are the people involved. On 403 West, Bridget Nicole, victim.
Dump drive sinker
Green,
boxing getting
Michael
full
Roberts, suspect.
archives.
Mia Green, other, the daughter. Michael Green, other. Believe that's the son. It is.
Yes, to complexity, that is the son. So here we have the list of people that were involved, right? This is the list of people that are involved in the relationship. Mia and Michael are others that actually Childs. So and then obviously Bridget West is the victim, which is the spouse or the ex-spouse. And here we have Michael, who is the suspect, the guy who committed the crime, and obviously the officer that was involved, the call, and everything. The fact that the kids were there to witness it is insane, right? Right. If you don't know, I believe there was a study that was done a couple years ago, right, where when kids witness some type of domestic violence, it's almost the equivalent of PTSD. It is a good. I wish I had a big archive. I only save the best moments. It's a great move. There probably are a bunch of weirdly small channels that are all over the internet, all over YouTube, that you can probably find like weird one-off streams from the dorps. I mean, Lalo probably has a collection, but Lalo, the lazy fuckhead, who's like, "Great, give me the archive, give me the keys, let me archive it," and then he doesn't fucking do it because like, well, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm like, Lalo, shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a shit. Oh no, you guys gotta pay me. Like Lalo, in the past I was willing to pay. Now I'm like, is it even worth paying Lalo? Yeah, I know friends. There's friends that basically had PTSD from witnessing DV. Yeah, I can't remember the study, but I do know that yeah, children who do experience or witness DV or they themselves who experience that kind of level of abuse is the equivalent of PTSD. Even those in bad relationship. I have a female friend of mine who got out of a bad relationship. Straight up told me it was the equivalent of PTSD. Shell shock, as it used to be called back in the day. Back when men were men and mass wave attacks was the doctrine of the day.
Is offense number 66793 SM, 1 count, charged with 1 count of domestic violence. 2236 hours on 4-3 domestic probing, domestic probability or probable. I'm not entirely sure what their shorthand is. Initiating call. We are getting down to the police report. Now, remember, everything that the police report down is what they see or what they hear, whether it's conversation with the people, whether it's caught on body cam. Now, body cam is not in the state of South Carolina. I don't know about all the other states, but as far as South Carolina goes, does not fall under Freedom of Information Act.
I do think in most states they do release the body cam, but it takes some time. I know the Christian body cam took almost like 5 years, 4 years. I think it took more than like 4 to 6 years for the Christian body cam to even be released. That body cam was fucking hilarious. A historical term, remember shell shock. Yes, take me back. Take me back to a time where shell shock was a term, Sigmund Freud was on the rise, and I don't know what else. Yeah.
Here we go. On April 3rd, 2025, at approximately 22:36 hours, I, PFC Wilson, responded to Blank Harvest Way, which is located within the town of Somerville, Dorchester County, South Carolina, in reference to a physical domestic. While en route, the victim, later identified as Bridget West, left the residence and was walking down the street towards Central Avenue with male following her. So she left the house, and Mike, so keep in mind, they are both drunk, okay? They are both drunk. She leaves the house, walking away from the situation. Mike leaves the house to give chase after her. Upon arrival, I met with Bridget. She stated that the male, Mike, later identified as Michael Green via South Carolina DMV Online, struck her several times in the face.
In the face. Right. Remind everybody, Keemstar and all those people said it was a nothing burger. Nothing happened. And then they later on kind of changed the story. Well, they were just shouting. They were just a drunken mess. Police were involved. Now, right here. Basically, the linchpin to all of it straight up just says, oh, yeah, no. Bridget straight up admits that she was struck in the face. Right. If you ever got hit by a fat person, getting hit by a fat person is not a great time, right? Getting punched by a fat person, especially in the face, is not a great time, right? And that's a lot of weight being moved around in one direction, and you can't stop it, right? Women drew lines on the back of their leg to fake they had stocking, then sat on the warhead and said, "We can do it." Those were the days.
I observed some redness to the left side of her face, so that could be circumstantial evidence of a physical assault. She stated...
Now, there is redness to the face that could be like adrenaline, but if it's one side, that means that Michael kept hitting her one part of the face. Would mean that whole face is bruised. Now to give a bit of history, a little bit of spot lore. A couple years ago, I want to say around 2022, into I would say 2020, yeah, beginning of 2022, my friend was in a relationship. They were supposed to get married. But science lessons for the day: force equal mass is times acceleration. I mean, have you ever been punched for a fat person? Once they get going, they can hurt themselves if they restrained, right? When a fat person tries to hold themselves, they will hurt themselves, right? Don't be fat. Be skinny. Be muscular. A little bit of chubbiness is not wrong, but being a fat ass, it should be a crime. But nevertheless, back to my story. When I went to my friend's house after she got hit in the face by her ex at the time, or now her ex and all that fun stuff, her face was bloody. Like, I've seen it, right? I've came in literally hours after she got hit, went straight to her house, barged in, whatever, went up to where she lived. Her whole fucking face was red because she was punched and also thrown into the wall, which somehow she broke the wall. Yeah, take it as it is.
She was uninjured and denied EMS. Now, that is a point in, as bad as this might sound, that is a point in his favor. If she denied EMS, stated she was uninjured, that is something that the defense, that he can then also say, like, listen, she wasn't really hurt, et cetera, et cetera. It leads a credence to the possibility of this getting dropped. It also sounds like she's not gonna press charges on her own. And then it says other officers located Green near the residence and he was detained. So you guys want to know the kicker of why this all supposedly kicked off? Green told officers that Bridget told him about an affair she was having and he slapped her approximately 2 times. Green told officers that Bridget told him she was having an affair and he slapped her approximately twice.
Now, I'd like to give some context. Wait, the red nut spot. Oh my god! Wow, we don't have cells or bunk for that. Yeah. I don't trust me. It's not the worst I've seen. That's at least one of the most tame stories. My life is something. Now, I'd like to also add some context to it, right? So he's a Green told officer that Bridget told him about an affair she was having and slapped her approximately 2 times. I'm going to assume that he slapped her and then started physically hitting her with the punch, because then, like, all right, well, the statement right here is that struck her several times in the face. So probably, I'm going to assume that he slapped her first and then hit her more with physical with like a punch. To give you some context, Mike has straight up admitted that they are in an open relationship. Mike has said there's a number of times that him and Bridget are in an open relationship, particularly with women, right? From what I understand, right, Bridget is bisexual. And it is very common for she was seeing his hernia. She was seeing her hernia. Oh, I got final chicken. I meant for the felon fat or rat. Oh, yeah. His cells are bunker for. I mean, for the felon fat. That's brutal. There's not enough space for the fat asses who do commit. I mean, there's always a solution. There's always a solution to your problems, right? Don't let them tell you otherwise. But I would say, yes, Bridget and Michael have straight up admit that they have been in an open relationship in the past. Maybe Complexity didn't know that. I'm going to assume that that's the information that he wasn't aware of. So, and on top of that, they're going through a divorce. So when this was happening, they were already filing for divorce. And I know when it's coming with divorce, there's this whole debate whether or not is it okay for you to see people during that divorce period. Now, another bit of context. A little bit before Fat Camp, Boogie did say on stream that Michael was banging other women. Don't know if they were prostitutes. Don't know if they were just random hookups. Who knows? right? But he did admit that he was banging other women prior to fat camp. That could be a lie, could be the truth. I'll let you decide. Either way, if you're in the process of divorce and you both agreed to go through the divorce and everything, in my honest opinion, it's kind of is fair game to see other people or at least talk to other people, right? It is fair game because at that point, you're not, if you're already committed to not being with each other, you don't want to be with each other anymore, and you're just going through with it, and you already have everything filed, it is sort of fair game. Now, in the case of separation, I'll let that be up to you, whether or not it's okay to be with other people during separation versus during the case of divorce. I do know a lot of people who have admitted to me that when they were going through divorce, they were seeing other people, they were banging other people. That's their decision. I've also met other people who went through divorce and both parties decided to not sleep with anybody until the divorce was completed. Perfectly fine. As I said, in my eyes, it's kind of free game, but I also understand the opposite end of it. And I'm actually more willing to take that side over what I just said on the grounds that, yeah, I think morally, if you're going through the process of divorce and separation, you probably shouldn't see other people until everything gets completed. But at the same time, if you're already going through this already and there's no amount of help that's going to save the relationship, it is what it is. It is what it is. But to hit her because of an affair? Mind you, you're in an open relationship. To a lot of people, an open relationship basically is an affair with more steps. So, really, like, come on. Don't play this game when we already know that Bridget's the bisexual who likes sleeping with other women. Don't play this game, Mike. Don't play this game.
This is Michael, kid behind the camera's own admission to the police officer. This isn't somebody saying it happened. This isn't someone saying I saw it. This isn't Bridget alleging it. This is Mike himself telling the officer that he slapped Bridget at least twice. It's his own words. It's his own words. There's nobody else here saying it. I mean, Bridget obviously was saying it too, but Michael himself told the officers, yeah, I slapped her twice.
Brutal.
I slapped her at least twice, maybe twice. Bridget and Green are married with 2 children in common. It should be noted that the children, Mia and Michael Green, did not witness or perceive the events, which means that this all occurred while they were in the home. While the kids were home, this happened in or around the residence.
Now, mind you, just because the kids did not say what happened did not mean they did not hear. Unless they were sound asleep, which could be the case because this did happen late at night. So that could be a case where the kids were so sound asleep that they did not realize. But with the way things played out, even then, I'm gonna say a little bit of a cap on that. But hey, I wasn't there, so I'm gonna take what this is for a grain of salt. Girl, what if it a year after year divorce? Brutal. Imagine, I can't wait for the divorce arc with Ben and Grace. The divorce arc with Ben and Grace is gonna be brutal. You know, I can't wait when. Jesus Christ,
Green was arrested for domestic violence in the 3rd degree and was transported to DC, where he was booked and logged. Victim's form completed. Incident was recorded on BWC. Now we're moving on to the second report. This author is the officer, Roth T 40421T25. FTO Roth responded to Harvest Way in reference to a domestic incident. Upon my arrival, I was directed to the residence to attempt to locate the male, Michael. I made contact with Michael Green at his front door. Michael was yelling, upset, and demanding we arrest him. Michael was demanding that the officers arrest him. Now, keep in mind, he is drunk. Is that an excuse? Nope, it's an explanation. But you know what it does do? Y'all, I don't know if any of you guys know about the mango situation, but a lot of people were saying...
So, Let me read some of you guys' chat before I move on. I said, Gobblegoo, wasn't it worth it when Adam supposed to hook up with Courtney? Little Ben gonna slap her, not worth it for Courtney. Adam Courtney living at the prepaid apartment that Ben is too scared to return because of a 4 feet by Dominican. Brutal. He's scared of a 4 feet 5-inch Dominican. That is pitiful. Ben is a freaking giant. Why is he such a bitch about everything? Now back to this real fast. Yeah, so Michael admit that. Yeah, I commit the crime. I slapped her. I punched her, and he was drunk. And you know how people say when you're drunk, that's when the real side of you comes out. So we get the real side of Michael is an abuser, maybe even a groomer.
The Mango was hammered. He shouldn't have to take responsibility for, sexually harassing those girls on live stream. Michael himself has admitted to slapping Bridget at least twice and was yelling and upset and demanding that the police arrest him. That sounds a lot different from, hey, nothing happened. This is a nothing burger. Nobody was actually hurt or harmed. Oh, by the way, this is going to be dropped in like 2 weeks. Well, it's been a couple of months and it's still not dropped. So it goes on to say, PFC Stewart complied with his request and placed him into handcuffs to the rear. I then spoke with Michael in the rear of PFC Stewart's patrol vehicle. He was read Miranda, to which he stated he understood. He then told law enforcement he thought he hit his wife, but he blacked out. Now things are changing. He first told the one officer he slapped her at least twice. Now he's telling the other guy he thinks he hit her, but he blacked out, so he's not entirely sure. So if Michael's not even sure on whether or not he hit him or he hit his wife, how can anybody else be sure that he didn't? When I asked further questions, he stated he slapped his wife twice and then walked inside. So he just said...
Here's some of the guys' stuff. It said, the story is too nutty and lame to be believed. Yes, Buzz he named Jason. Oh my god, just jumped to punch Ben in the face. Ben never returned since. Oh my god, that's so fucking stupid. Like, you're paying for an apartment that you can't even live in because you got punched in the face by a small Dominican guy? How much of a bitch can you even be?
I thought I hit my wife, but I blacked.
I mean, it explains why Ben respects Hispanics so much, because he got punched by one. He's like, oh my god. The Anglo-Saxon fears the lad bro, the Ladex, the Latinx.
Out. Then when I further questioned him, he says, I did slap her at least twice, and then I walked into the house. Michael stated there was no other violence, and as soon as he realized what he did, he attempted to walk outside.
Dominican woman. He got bitch. He got punched in the face by a rather sleep in the. Hey, maybe there's no utilities on that apartment. Oh, that's why Grace never goes there. A Dominican woman. You seen that lady? Is a lady. That's even worse. You got punched in the face and you're scared of a small little Dominican woman? Brutal. Dude, I would never live with myself. I would never even admit to that. Brown man keep talking about Dominican woman for a reason. Dude, Brown man is wild. I couldn't.
Had already contacted law enforcement. I advised the arresting officer, PFC Wilson, of the statements, nothing further. So if we come down here, it's a little bit more of the same. We got the booking number here, Michael Robert Green, Somerville, where they were located, etc., the offenses. And then...
But Ava has an interview with her? Jesus, I'm gonna have to go watch that. Little Ben likes to press people online, but IRL, he's pussy out. But it's easier to shit talk people on the internet when you have to face them face to face. I mean, look at Lalo. Look at Lalo. Lalo likes to shit talk people when he's like, but I mean, he got punched and nearly beaten by a twink. Like, I don't know how strong Adam is. He's probably like relatively. I mean, he's a tall guy. He's probably very skinny. And Lalo is the kind of a heavy set guy. I mean, let's be fair. Lalo should have easily taken him on. Oh, fuck.
And we come down here to the names involved, which we read, back up there. So remember, this is a nothing burger, guys.
It's a nothing burger.
Well,
nothing ever happened, Chuds. Nothing ever happened, Chuds.
Let's listen to how big of a nothing burger this actually is, everybody.
Now, mind you, I want to give more back to the context that we were told that this was a nothing burger. Nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. I spoke so many fun moments. Jeez. The day I have to go through and cover the LA arc would be the day where I'm going to, hopefully the day I cover the LA arc. Oh, hopefully I'm on top. The whole nothing leader level, it got to be Ben Crazy Mind, the landlord will pay him or something. In these cases. So back to what I was saying, yeah, that's what I said before. People kept saying this was a nothing burger. The LCU kept saying this is a nothing burger, Chuds. Nothing ever happened, Chuds. Chuds, you have to understand that nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. Well, I guess something did happen because it was pretty bad.
Hold on. Let me just go ahead and grab this real quick. Nope, stay right there. Okay, guys. So,
but did they send OPC down there? Oh my god!
911 phone call that Bridget made. I might see if my friend who is a licensed therapist would be interested in talking about it. Nothing burger, get the fuck out of here, boogie. Yeah, it's definitely not a nothing burger. It's definitely not a nothing burger. There's more than enough to be talked about here.
Nothing ever happened, Chuds.
Okay. So, 1 second, everybody. Let me just...
Nothing ever happened, Chuds. They call people Chuds. LCU people live and breathe 4chan means.
Here we go.
No. I use Chud. No. I was the one using Chud. They don't use Chud. I do. I like using the word Chud. I like saying nothing ever happened. Get crack. I used to be a big 4chan tard. You don't understand. I used to live and breathe in the 4chan days. I got banned off of 4chan. I don't think I ever told you that, but I got completely IP banned from 4chan for a long time. Mind you, this is when the feds were basically in control of 4chan, so I don't know how the hell they banned me. Oh, dude, I couldn't even use a third-party app. That's how clear they were banning me. So I had a phone at the time, right? And I was using my phone constantly. Dude, I couldn't even use a third-party app to even log into 4chan. That's how bad I was banned. You don't even understand. My friend introduced me to 4chan during grade school. It was the biggest mistake going there. How did you get banned from 4chan? I'm an old, shocking. How do you get banned off of 4chan? I went on poll, and it was around 2016, 2017, around the height of the alt-right. I decided one day I'm gonna post an image relating to the hat people, and apparently that one image spurred all the moderators and everybody in that whole poll section. So poll literally exploded. Like, when I mean exploded, poll literally exploded, and it got to the point where the moderators had to come in and try to talk everybody down. That got worse. And then I believe whoever were the head of the mod or or at least one of the other like big time people on 4chan straight up just IP banned me. That's why I never tell anyone IRL about Board or the Skator. This place is poison. The Hubble Hotel Ray was a funny arc. Oh man, I miss those days. I decided one day. No, literally, I decided one day. I'm gonna go let me see what happened. I posted this image and I got banned. Oh, get crack. I'm the opposite of you. I tell people about this shit all the time. I tell people about it. If I gotta deal with the poison, so does everybody else. You know? I'll tell everybody about my poison. I'll sell you my poison. I'll sell you my poison and I'll sell you the antidote. Joke's on you. There is no antidote and there is no poison. I'm just feeding into the worst element of people.
Somerville,
I don't spend that. I don't spread the mind virus. I have to spread the mind virus. It is the only thing I believe in. I believe in the mind. I already believe autism is a mind virus. I 100% already believe that unironically autism is a mind virus. Come at me. Come at me. Hot take of the year.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Let me play it from the beginning.
Somerville 911, what's the address of the emergency?
142 Harvest Way.
142 Harvest Way?
Yes.
Do you need police?
My husband just punched me in the face like
He just,
5
okay.
times.
All right.
Yes, I need service. My husband just punched me in the face like 5 times.
Where are you at right now?
I mean, I don't know about you guys. And again, this is speculation. Don't know if this will be dropped. Don't know anything. But she doesn't really sound like she isn't a victim in this situation here. At least not to me, right? Like she doesn't.
You are the victim, as Ben would say. You are a victim.
Where are you safe right now? Or are you separated?
He went inside, but I'm outside. Oh God!
All right, take it.
He
Hey,
punched me
hey.
in the face so many times.
He hit me in the face so many times.
Hello?
I'm still here. Where is he?
He's inside right now.
Okay.
I fucking walked. It's a call.
I want. Okay. No. I want you. I want you to stay separated. Does he have any weapons?
No.
Okay. Has anybody been drinking?
Yeah, we both are.
Okay. Do you need
Oh,
EMS?
God.
If you have anger issues, or if you know that when you drink, you can get angry to the point where you.
Let me read something. I said, don't blame autism. Wait, do blame autism. But it's a spectrum file. Crying at the weapon, as Ben would say. Ben would say everything the weapon. Crying the weapon. Donations is the weapon. Subbing is the weapon. Ben be like, oh my God, everything the weapon. You're on the boy line of the spectrum. Fucking hell, I am actually. I am the top boy.
Stop drinking. Get some help. Stop.
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. When he fucking hit me, I fucking saw white, so whatever that fucking means.
She felt white. She saw white. She saw white, guy. Imagine being beaten so hard that you're seeing white. She literally got a concussion. Don't know how she was able to make that phone call, but hey, the human body, it's a hell of a machine sometimes.
When he hit me, I saw white. Homeboy hit her so hard she was seeing stars, by her own admission.
I fucking saw white, so whatever that means. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. When he fucking hit me, I fucking saw white, so whatever that fucking means.
You saw lights when he hit you?
Yes.
Did you pass out?
Right now. Please hurry. Please.
They're
hurry.
on the way. They're already on the way.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your name?
Bridget.
What's your name?
Please fucking hurry. He's coming.
Oh,
She just said, please fucking hurry. He's coming. Now remember, from the police report, we saw that we had the officers writing that she left the house and Michael followed suit. He even admits that once he realized he had slapped her, hit her, punched her, struck her.
Literally Looney Tunes consciousness. Yeah. Concussions. Dispatcher, he's mad. He's fat. Have them bring a big game net. She started crying, so I had to defend myself from the flare of tears. Holy shit. That is a brutal.
I'm just going to say struck because she's saying punch, he's saying slap. He's also saying he doesn't remember. So when he struck her, his words that he gave chase to try and fix things. Listen, I am not entirely sure how in the world you fix like striking your significant other, whether it's woman on woman, man on man, man on girl.
So I saw a bird circling in my head. I mean, hey, if you hit your spouse because you're in an open relationship and you're accusing her of being in an affair, first up, what the fuck are you doing being in an open relationship? Do you not expect things to not go south? Second off, it makes you look pretty bad if you're going after her if you already hit her. What in your fat skull do you think I'm gonna go chase after her, but after I just beat her ass? Like, the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Girl on man, whatever it might be. What is the excuse there? I was drunk and I was mad because you told me you were sleeping with somebody
We live in a
else even though we're
society.
getting a divorce. That doesn't make sense.
Okay. I'm staying on the phone with you, okay? What's your name, hon?
I'm running on my goddamn road right now because I don't fucking trust him.
I'm running in the goddamn road right now because I don't fucking trust him. Bridget's words. Remember,
A nothing burger.
Keemstar said the alleged victim even said nothing happened.
Running?
Yes, I'm literally on my.
See, I have a feeling that Keemstar was being played hard. Now, again, I know some people are going to debate whether or not he really knew or he didn't knew. And a part of me thinks that he may have had some inkling that something bad must have happened. But because Queens was making a lot of money, Becky just came back, he probably felt that it wasn't worth pressing the issue on. Because it already happened once. So he probably felt like, maybe I shouldn't pressure unless, until something comes out of it. Which is a smart move. Even Complexity said that it's sometimes smart to wait until more information comes out before you make a verdict or a judgment. But you gotta remember, humans are very judgmental creatures.
Road right now because I don't.
Now, I'm not saying that she didn't say that to Keem. I'm not saying that whatsoever. She could have completely said it to him. I just think it is incredibly wrong to put out such a drastic statement that absolutely nothing happened. This is going to be dropped, and this is a nothing burger months prior to the investigation being done and not seeing the police report. And to this day, the case has yet to be dropped as far as the contact in the police department to whom I spoke with. So remember, prosecutors can choose to prosecute, even if Bridget says she doesn't want to press charges.
Trust him.
All right, is he actively chasing you?
Woo! He's calling my name. No, I got the cops on you. Leave me alone, God.
Oh, I can hear him in the background. If I had this, I'd be able to up the noise, but I can hear him yelling in the background.
Woo! He's calling my name.
I said, listen, I said, don't trust Becky, Spot 20. He was defending Kid behind the camera before. Yeah, I know. I mean, I was saying, don't trust Becky. I was saying for weeks, don't trust Becky. Because she literally defended Kid behind the camera during the situation. Now, I'm not sure what her current opinion is about this. And, opinions do change. All right, let me be fair. Opinions do change, but she did kind of said some stuff in the past. I mean, she straight up did say that, like, she was trying to get Michael. She was trying to have him work with her, but that never ended up happening. That he was defending this. He was defending Kid behind the camera before. Yep, camera. Yep, they all did. Yep, they all did. They all did. They all did. They all got. They were all kind of in this position where they were defending him. Now with current event, with current things, what are more like drunk behind the drunk behind the slap? Am I right? Boom.
What's his name?
His name is Michael Green.
Michael Green. What's your name?
Bridget West.
What West?
Yes.
Bridget West?
Stop talking to me. I'm on the phone with the cops. Leave me alone.
Stop talking to me. I'm on the phone with the cops. Leave me alone. So she's telling him, stop chasing me. Stop coming towards me. Leave me alone. I've already called the cops on you. I'm on the phone with the police right now.
Oh,
Miss West, what's your first name?
Bridget.
Bridget, okay. Did he go back in the house?
No, he's following me right now.
Okay.
He's walking on my
Which way are you walking?
Now, remember, this happened at night. So this is going on at night. Okay.
Badooms.
She's walking in the
More
middle
like
of the
drunk.
road at night, being chased, being pursued by Michael. Drunken Michael, drunken Bridget, running in the streets.
What the? What's
North
up?
Central?
Here.
Oh, good morning, Ozzy Cop. Hope you're having a good morning. What did I miss? Oh, dude. Apparently, the guys at Lasting Opinion, they were the original Rewind. I remember they were called the After Show a long time ago. Apparently, they were able to get the information to prove that Michael, kept behind the camera from Locale Live, beat his wife. Yeah, so it happened. Yeah, so we got the info for it. Give me 1 second, guys.
Yes.
All right.
It never ends. There's never a day off. There's just never a day off. You know, I learned this right off the bat. There's no such thing as a day off. Being around this community long enough that Mike the Pedo destroyed the LCU. Yeah, kind of, basically.
All right, they're coming. I'm just staying on the phone with you, okay? Let me know if he continues to follow you.
Stop talking to me. God damn it. Stop.
Does that sound like somebody who's not a victim? Does that sound like somebody who isn't a victim?
They're coming. I'm just staying on the phone with you, okay? Let me know if he continues to follow you.
Stop talking to me. God damn it. Stop.
You can hear her voice echoing in the neighborhood.
No, stop. Stop. Fucking close. I don't fucking trust you. Go.
Listen to how loud she is screaming.
YouTube, Twitter. So the leaks are in the. I'll give you the channel name. Lasting Opinions. Go check them out. Recommend them. They used to be called the After Show. Complexity did mention that he will be released. Oh, they already released. Go right now on X. I'll share it right now. I'll actually share it right now. For you, Ozzy Cube, here you go. I'll share it in the link. Give me 1 second as we speak. This is their little tweet. Sure, bing, bop, bada, boop. There you go. Man, all these losers are going to cover this like they weren't a part of this and knew the truth. I mean, they knew. They knew. Everybody knew. My man, thank you. Yep. Oh, yeah. Have fun with the information. I'm probably going to have to make a video about it later on the day. So there's no such thing as rest. There's no such thing as rest.
I don't fucking trust you. Go. Please hurry. God damn it, please hurry.
Is he still behind you?
Yeah, he's like,
Okay,
he's like
okay.
getting closer. Like, God damn it.
Okay. What does Michael look like?
He's
Is he white?
Yeah, he's white. He has 350 pounds. He's kind
How
of.
old?
Ooh, she's throwing the weight. I mean, I guess you got to give that, but man, that's rough. Could have just said he was a big guy, but damn. Oh, I mean, hey, more power to her. I mean, she's in distress. She gonna say what? I ain't holding nothing against
How old
her.
is Michael? How old is Michael?
37.
37.
37.
6287.
Yes. Stop
Okay.
following me, Michael.
She keeps on going like, whoo, it sounds like she's like trying to sprint away. I mean, I can hear the air
The first thing, the first time they didn't fake something, yeah.
moving up pretty decently. It sounds like she's like sprinting or walking at a fast pace to try and get away from him. And I haven't checked the street that she said she was walking on, but if I was to check it, I wonder just how far away she got from the house while he was in pursuit of her. Maybe a mile, maybe 2.
I'm almost at Central now, because my road is literally next to it.
Said I don't fucking trust you. Go there, but I had to go sound bit. I may have to use it.
They're coming to you as fast as
No,
they can.
I won't use it.
okay?
That is fucked up. I will not use it. Could come in handy. Use it for grace.
He's probably walking back to the house now. I don't know.
He's
I don't see him no more.
Oh, he returned to the house or started walking away.
Is there anywhere you can hide?
I'm just at the front of the street at this point, really close to it.
My estimate would be roughly 2 to 3 miles. Then Tim's probably.
So when did the guy girl faking it like she often must he just despicable and thinking he tearing it up? Yeah.
Probably.
Is there? I know you're right there by Central, and there's not much there. Is there somewhere you can hide? Bridget,
I'm just at the front.
you're just at the front. Is there anywhere you can hide? There's not really much there.
Yeah, I mean, he's walking back to the house because I'm seeing
He's
him
turned
more.
around? Okay.
Yeah.
Listen to the breathing. He
sounds
say
like
you
you're
can
contacting
hear
the,
her through the neighborhood.
dispatch.
Probably.
I don't want you to go back to the house, okay? I want you to stay up as far away as you can until officers get out with you.
Mhm. Yeah. No, I'm at the very fucking front. They'll see me. And he's gone.
Could I have the call audio? Would love to edit it and bring up what he was saying. So,
There should be
after the
most of
stream
that.
Upload.
I'm just gonna move it.
Not continue to talk about it.
How would we treat him the same as a guy who literally assaulted Keemstar? Make that make sense.
That was perfect. I didn't even mean to. I didn't know I paused it on that. How would you treat him the same as a guy who literally assaulted Keemstar? I don't know. Boogie, if you ever see this, what are your thoughts now? Michael confirmed to 2 police officers that he struck his wife at least twice. That's his words, not mine. That's not my words. That's not my mod's words. That's not randoms on the internet. That's not the Big Lebowski or the Bro Lebowski, whatever his name is. That's not any detractor channel. That's not anybody else. Michael himself told 2 separate police officers that he struck his wife with his kids in the home. So, Boogster, you have actual evidence that he did this. Are you going to treat him the same as you did Wings? Are you going to treat him worse? Because remember, every single one of them said, if that's what Wings is willing to do on camera, what is he willing to do off camera? And now we know what kid behind the camera, Michael, is willing to do behind the camera.
Well,
And yeah, here we are. I'm not sure if the LCO is going to respond to this. They may have to respond. They have no choice. I know Queens will. Complexity, the weirdo. I still hate him. Be nice, Napstar. Napstar, number 1 hater. I mean, let's be real. Enough of the joking, trolling. In the end, in the end, you know, in the end, they're fucked. They're basically fucked. They've defended him twice. In the case of Wings, where they literally abandoned him, they just abandoned Wings for, clearly he made a big mistake. There's no excusing him, but everybody was pointing this out, how much they were defending Mike. Wings basically got fucked over. And I think Wings knew that Mike did commit a horrendous crime. Probably he did. Probably did. Now, obviously, my opinion is very different than the people at the Lansing Opinions. We have two different school of thoughts when it's coming to this stuff. In the end, what comes of this matters. Is this the end of Kid Behind the Camera? Probably probably not. Let's be fair. Is this the end? Is it the quote unquote doomsday that everybody likes to pretend it is? No. There's literally people who got away with worse. There's one of the worst things I accepted when it's coming to just society and people as a whole, and just something you have to deal with, is a lot of people get away with so much worse than you can imagine. It's something you have to come to terms with. Gobbly holy, come on now. Remind me, kids in the great show. Gobbly knows how to keep the energy up. I mean, in the end of the day, right? In the end of the day, they probably did know to some extent. They probably did know that something did happen. Or maybe Kid Behind the Camera did lie to Keemstar. And if he was lied about something this severe, it's up to Keem now. Do I think Keemstar knows about this info? Probably not. We'll have to wait if they're going to reveal this today, or tomorrow, or Sunday. Or this worst case scenario, which does happen a lot more often than you think, it gets completely pigeonholed. Just gets completely pigeonholed. Just the truth. Black pill as it is, shit like this happens more often than you think, and people get away with it. When people do try to make sure those people are reminded of their horrendous crimes. But still.
Wings put his hands on me, and it's like, whatever. I didn't care about that. But
I will say, I give Keem props for that one.
Hot take, I think the fight between Keem and Wing was pretty hilarious, and W Wings for having the ball to actually almost ready to fist fight Keem. I'll give Wings that much.
I'm gonna be honest. If I was in his position, I'd be the same way. Like if me and Bro got into it, like me and Zeph or me and Ken got into it, and we got in the mix or something like that. Bros argue, bros fight. When I was in the Marine Corps, I don't know how many times I got into fights with my brothers, but you know what?
More time you didn't.
Guys are so different. Guys, we box it out. We're good to go unless something crazy happened.
then the losing his mind and then just pushing anyone to the point where he pushes his own wife. That's where it was like, holy shit, you need to be suspended.
So Keem no DV in locale in a foregone conclusion. I may have covered it. Oh, I'm not going to be unbiased like Complexity tries to be. You know, I mean, everybody. I mean, to be fair, I'm very biased against my opinions on the LCU. It hasn't really changed, but I've taken a more lax approach. Right? Depending on the individual in the LCU, I would also admit that depending on the LCU and depending on the West host, I'm either have become more lax or just stayed the same and just made fun of them. Because a lot of the time, and let me be real, this isn't a jab against anyone in particular, but some people do have a tendency to make a moral case out of the LCU. It is what it is. You have to accept it for what it's worth. It ain't a jab towards anybody. I used to be like that too, and then I realized one day, let me have fun with it and make fun of them. But I think there are certain situations where you can't do that, and you have to look at it for what it's worth. Right? Michael committed a crime. He got arrested. He's probably isn't going to get dropped, no matter how much he did. I would say covered his Napstar. This shit is. I mean, hell, The raw footage is there. The raw footage and the raw documents are there now on X. Always with. I would never, ever, never, unless, but sneak this. Oof. I mean, I made it very clear. You know, I made this very clear, but that's like, you know, you can't stop people for going down that route. You can debate them, you can diss them, but in the end, you have to accept that some people are like that. You know, I just took an lax approach because as I started to cover more and more other locale, I just mentally, for my own health, I couldn't go down that route. I knew how dangerous it was for my own health, so I realized that have fun with it, make content. If you make a little bit of money, cool, and just go with it. You know. Really no offense to Labrisket or whatever his name is. He does sometimes occasionally try to pull the moral card, and I'm just like, dude, you're covering rich locales. Who gives a fuck? Just make fun of them. They aren't sharing the document anymore. They aren't sharing the document? Fuck! That makes sense. Hold up. I'll get it. They disappear on the shitty file. Hold up. No. I have it. Don't you worry. Daddy Spud is here. I'll just in case, I'll save them myself. Daddy Spud is here and I'll get it. Oh, fucking hell, what? Okay, no, wait. I can only download one file at a time? Wait, I'm stupid. You know what it is? I'm hitting the wrong button. There you go. But it isn't really me trying to do a sneak diss. It's just me saying for how I feel, right? There's two ways you can look at this. You can go down a very moral, and you sometimes have to. There's sometimes when you look at a situation like this, where you kind of have to. You kind of have to keep them at a distance, at a distance, or you lose your mind staring at the mew of Sinesh. Yeah. Well, I mean, like that's what I mean. Like when you cover locales and you try to constantly use a moral case, it does massively take a toll on your health. It's just better just to make fun of them. But when the situation calls for it, where you have to make a stand, you have to just do it, right? When it came over the whole PDF stuff with Mike, I made a moral case. I was perfectly fine with it. True crack. I'm learning. You know, hell, look at the Spicoli thing. I made a whole moral situation out of it. Now I'm just like, hey, Spicoli's on. Gotta live with it. Whatever he says is on him now. I can cover it. Maybe I will cover more often, but it is what it is. So, fun fact: the only age-restricted video I ever had been on that degenerate mic. Holy shit, that's brutal. But that's what I mean. There are gonna be times where you're gonna have to make some moral case. Everybody does it, you know. I do it. Your friends do it. We all do it. If they wouldn't have swept for Mike, my channel wouldn't exist. Yeah. I mean, my channel exists for a whole heap of reasons, funny enough, actually. My channel exists for a whole heap of reasons. You know. Hold up. They're saying the documents don't appear anymore. I want to make sure I have the documents on hand. How can I prove quality cunt if I gotta worry about the moral Epsler? Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. You come into the position where, I mean, I learned this through being in politics. You also started noticing people selectively morally effing and virtual signaling. Yeah. But to be fair, humans are hypocrites. Humans are hypocritical creatures. We are also contradiction creatures, and we are paradox in nature. We're all going to have a moment, right? I'm going to have a moment. King TL's going to have a moment. Get Crack, Ruby, Shamu, Grace, whoever. We're going to have a moment where we are going to we're going to make a moral case or virtual signal. We're all going to. We're all going to. And we have to be willing to accept that. And we also need to be willing to point it out, but also at the same time be willing to not say anything about it. We all are like that. I'm just have the balls to admit it. Maybe because I'm a small channel and maybe I'm willing to say it now so I can establish that later on. So it's a reminder and I can use it as a discipline that sometimes you're gonna make a moral case. Sometimes you just gotta go with the content. And that's how it M-O-M-I. No, not me, Spud. You know, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because if you make too much of it constantly, it just backfires. And that's just the truth. And I'm you know, sometimes you have to take it for what it's worth. Well, now ball shaming, Spud is a big doggy. I mean, I'm just being real. I'm being true. We all do it. It's just when you do it, make sure it matters. Oh, they're lying. It's unstoppable too. Yeah. You know, just if you're going to make a moral case, do it when it's important. Do it when it genuinely is important, right? Make the moral case when it's actually important or when you realize, oh, this actually is like right now it's a good time to make a moral case and that's about it, right? Just, you know, this right now, make a moral case and just leave it for what it's worth. And after that, go back to what you were doing, making fun of them just for what it's worth.
Pushed his wife.
Like how my
needs
views
to
went
be
down for a
suspended.
bit.
Keem, if you see this, or if you get wind of this, or if you see anybody covering this, Michael said he struck his wife. If a push gets you suspended, and what does a strike get you? 2 strikes get you.
Then on suspension, he came at me and you, right? And then we saw the other clip of him actually slapping Kelly, all right?
And remember how big of a deal they made him. And I'm not saying, again, I stick to everything I said during that live stream, but remember how all of them in there, Tina, Xylee, Boogie, Keem, Brantley, remember how all of them reacted to Wings slap.
Also, I forgot to mention Xylee was in an abusive relationship. So I want to see how she responds to all of this. That's really it for them. Yeah, so that's
making that accusation.
I guess for the most part, that's really it. We're about to hit the 2 mark, so we're probably gonna end the stream here. This wasn't gonna be a long stream, so I do apologize. Everybody was expecting it to be a much longer stream than usual, right? If you were expecting it to be a long stream, I wanted to keep it around the 2-hour mark. This is all I really wanted to say. Hey, it's fine. You got the ball. I get it, Spud. Xylee is the worst one. You used to have morals. It's not about having balls. It's just, it's better just to be truthful. I mean, you can still be truthful and not have balls, but you know, I guess both of them are needed regardless. I mean, you know, but yeah, Xylee is the word. Xylee has defended people. Xylee has done a lot of things. She saw the paycheck from the devil and was like, I like this shit. I like this paycheck. I'm making some banger bucks with with the devil. You know what I mean? Joy of the week. Oof. I will keep my balls. Oof. Making a deal with the devil. I'd rather make a deal with TK. Hey TK. Where's my $5? But no. Nevertheless, the work is never done. My work is never done. Oz, I'm happy you got monetized, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. Your work is not even done. Appreciate you, but thank you, God, really good for the $2. Thank you so much. This is the work that is you're never gonna be done. All right, the work is gonna be there. You're always gonna be busy. But you know, one thing I would say is, you know, I don't view myself as a content creator. Right, I'm gonna be real with you, but I would say that to anybody else, regardless of wherever they work. So I sent the money to Lil on the street. I know. I was actually hoping you did send the money to her. She did deserve it. I did tell you D-Dog was going to go back streaming. He was going to go back streaming. I told you and you didn't believe me. You did not believe me. But no, nevertheless, like, always take care of your health. I think in the end, when you deal with these locales, Just have fun with it. Make fun of them. Maybe you're calling me out on some docket. Oh, TK, I love you. I miss you, TK. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. You sound more relaxed. You sound like you're a lot more relaxed. Good day, Chad. Yeah, it was a good day, lad. The content never ends. The contents never end. I know I'm gonna make a video probably some point later today. I'm gonna make a video on this situation. It's never done, right? The work is never done, But I'm here for you guys. I'm here to be the Grand Archiver. I'm here to steer the ship for all you people. God, this is a hell of a time to be alive. It's that next arc, Dorp, Stores Wars, Get Crack. Dude, I'm waiting. Come on, Grace. Give us what we want. They will clean out that unit in time. Dude, they're gonna take forever. They're gonna take forever to clean that storage unit. Dude, they're gonna take almost a whole year to clean a Hail Spud. TK, be careful when you say that. I mean, dude, they literally are gonna take a whole year for them to even complete that, right? I mean, they have less than a month now. They probably have like a week or two now to get the storage stuff clear out. They're basically fucked. They're just fucked at this point. They're not going to. They're just fucked beyond belief. Like, I mean, when I say that, I mean, I'm serious. It's that they only have less than a month now after the extension. Yeah, they're fucked. See, they're beyond fucked. Actually, before I end the stream, I need to go send Ruby some stuff in Decentral. They are fucked if they don't get this shit done now. OBC Don, hurry, you and said, hurry up and help. Dude, he's like, I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Peace and respect, everybody, except Napstar. I love you. So take some time. They take some good stuff and walk away. They're probably going to take all the gold and silver. Let's be real. They're going to probably take all the gold and silver. Let's be real. The drops are really cleaning unit. Probably. King, whoever you want the smoke, you know where when I go live. The answer something, I'll tell you what, whenever, buddy. As Loa always say, whatever. Yo, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It is. It's universal. You don't understand universal. It's whatever. Dude, I feel like I get wished. I think I feel Napstar versus Steve-O. Napstar. Okay, let me say something. A hot take. When D-Dog went after Steve-O, I think Steve-O got a little bit of a W when he was clapping back on D-Dog. Hot take. I think D-Dog was going in thinking Steve-O was going to be a pushover, and Steve-O clapped back number of times. Hot take. Right? Because you can tell that Steve-O was really getting on D-Dog nerve on that stream. If you look back at it, Steve-O was clapping at him hard. I'm like, dude, and you can tell that D-Dog was frustrated. You can tell that he was not happy. You can tell that he was like, oh yeah, dude, come on, D-Dog, cut it back now. You just don't fight. Steve-O was ready. Hot take. Steve-O really got a rare W. Gobbledygook versus R4. Ugh. When is the King versus Dan? Steve-O rare. Is it very rare? Steve-O W. Very rare. I'm waiting for Dan and TK to reunite and then watch it just be the biggest fight ever, or nothing would happen. because it's like they'll just pick up where the. I'm be real with you. I'm waiting for the Dan versus TK. That right there is gonna be a great day. Yeah, it's having Steve on. That was a panel kill. The D-Dog Twisted content, Twister content. So yes, having Steve on the panel kill the D-Dog Twister content. That was fun. Yeah, it did kill it. But to be fair, it didn't help that D-Dog was coming after Steve-O. Like Steve-O was like, didn't really give a shit. But if you're going after him and he claps back, you can't really complain. I'm sorry, but you can't really cry about it if he's clapping back at you hard. Like, having XP plus Devo there just trading punches on D-Dog just made him more agitated. Let's be, like you can't just go on a panel thinking you're gonna have some advantage because you're with the girl. And then they keep clapping back after you. Like, you can't really pull that shit, dude. Like, it's kind of, it's kind of brutal. Okay, Craig, if I said my loins were engorged when Navstar shows that would be. You guys need Jesus. Y'all need Jesus. We're ending the stream now. As always, ladies and gentlemen, remember to support. Remember to like, share. Guess I gotta do it now. I guess I gotta be like DSP and eBay. Remember, memberships are only $1, and I'll take any donations. Okay, enough of e-begging. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a good one. Be safe, and as always, God bless. Bye. Like.